Hi everybody, Beanmeister22 here, and today we're going to look at something really cool. This is the Boeing 787 Dreamliner by Cobi, and I've been wanting this set for a long time. This is one of the sets that I ordered directly from Cobi in Poland, and this arrived before I went to Hawaii in March, but I just haven't had time to make this video. If you remember, a while back I did that Boeing 737 jet from Cobi. And I said, man, I would like to get the 787 Dreamliner or that 767, but here in the United States, they are so hard to get and they want so much for them. Before I made this order directly from Cobi in Poland, I was ordering all of my Cobi sets online at Amazon. And if you go online to Amazon, they have a great selection of Cobi sets, but most of them are very, very expensive. Some of the smaller sets are okay, but the bigger ones, you're going to pay an arm and a leg for them. And why that is because basically people are ordering stuff from Poland and then bringing it back here and then jacking the price up and then selling it to you. These are hard to find in stores here in the U.S., but if you want to find them in a store, instead of going online, your best bet would be to look at Toys R Us. That would be the place to check them out. I've heard from several people that you can find these in some Toys R Us's. Toys R Us's. I have never seen them in a Toys R Us, but I haven't been looking very hard because I buy them online. And if you're not familiar with Cobi, Cobi is a Lego quality brick manufacturer based in Poland. These are made in the EU. And if you remember from that 737 video, I said, I really want that Dreamliner. And then I just said, I'm just going to go online. And I looked up the Cobi website. I hadn't been there before. I looked up the Cobi website, and then I ordered some stuff. Now, ordering directly from Cobi, it had some good points and some bad points. Certainly, I got this for a lot cheaper than it would have cost me on Amazon. I mean, there's no doubt about that. Anyways, for less than I would have paid if I would have bought this on Amazon, I got the whole box of cool stuff. And it arrived in less than a week. It was amazing. But there was one downside, and it cost a little more than I thought, because when you go online and you price the stuff, once you get to the checkout section, they add a tax, I think it's called a VAT, and then they added in the shipping. So it was more than I wanted to pay, but still certainly less expensive than it would have cost for me to buy it on Amazon. Now, there are some things on Amazon that you can get for a very good price, and I mean for the same kind of price you would get directly from Cobi, but without the expensive shipping. If you remember my stories about those electronic Cobi tanks, those remote control Cobi battle tanks, I tried to order one from London, and every time I'd make the order, they'd either be out of stock, or that one time they said, we shipped it to you, and I said, clearly you didn't, and then they refunded my money. But now, and I don't know how they did it, whether it's Cobi or a third-party retailer, they now have those RC tanks, remote control tanks, they have those in the Amazon warehouses. So you can get the free 2-day shipping through Amazon Prime, and it comes from a stateside Amazon warehouse. And I think I either have 3 of those tanks, plus that rocket launcher, that missile launcher, or I just have a total of 2 tanks in that rocket launcher. I haven't checked, but I got 2 of them together, and one's half, and another one that's half built. I need to make the full review videos. I'm sorry, I'm falling behind. So aside from those battle tanks, and then some of the other World War II small army sets you can now get, they're coming from here in the United States if you buy them on Amazon. Unless you go to Toys R Us, they might have them there, but if you buy it from Amazon, they have them here. But there's some things like the specialty things, like those Monsters versus Vampires or whatever that set is. The big Scooby-Doo sets, which now you can't get anymore because Lego now makes Scooby-Doo. And the jets like this, the 787 and the 737. For some reason, they're not carrying those in warehouses here in the U.S. So they have to be shipped from overseas, and it'll cost you an arm and a leg. So I got a great bargain by going directly to the Cobi website. Now, if you go directly to the Cobi website, check out the stuff, and you can make an order, but remember, they're going to add a tax, and then the shipping is going to be kind of high. So when you see the set this big, and it's very, very cheap, remember it's going to be about double the price, but it's still going to be less expensive than you would pay here in the U.S., at least for now. That could change. Hopefully they'll take some more and more of these Cobi sets, and they'll be stateside, and they will be easier to buy and less expensive. So let's talk about this jet. The 787 Dreamliner, in real life, it's a pretty cool jet. They use a lot of composites on it, so it's a lightweight jet. Saves fuel, makes it lighter, and yes, the 787 has had its problems. In real life, not this one. If you remember, the 787 had that occasional problem with those lithium batteries catching fire. Go figure, right? But still, it's not something they're not going to be able to work out. It's a pretty cool jet, and it's a distinctive looking jet. Look at the wing design on this. When you look at this wing design, there is no doubt in your mind that it's a 787. This set comes with 600 pieces, 2 minifigs, and we'll get back to the minifig thing. I'm not happy with that. The fans and the motors, they spin. That's pretty cool. And the wheels go up and down. It took a little bit of work to figure out how to make them go up and down, but we were able to figure it out. Now let's talk about the minifigs. This comes with a pilot and a passenger. Now where I think they messed up here, and it's a fail, it's not a giant fail, but what I don't like about this is, with the minifigs, you have the pilot and you have a passenger. And if you look closely at the minifigs, which I'm not a big minifig fan, at least showed them in my videos, if you look closely at the minifigs, I switched their heads around, so the passenger's the pilot and the pilot's the passenger. In a set like this, I get it for the really cool jet and its playability as a jet, like those Airfix jets that I have, and like the Boeing 737 and the Cobi C-130, I buy them for what they are, the jets and the airplanes. I don't want to do minifig play with them. There's a lot of playability as an aircraft, but once you get it minifig sized, I don't know, it's not working for me. Because you can make the jet to scale, but you can't properly make it minifig scale. And you'll see inside of this certainly isn't what the interior looks like. So from the exterior, it's a great looking jet to scale, and there's only limited playability with the minifigs and the pilot in the cockpit there, but it just kind of ruins it by trying to make it minifig playable. Because really, if this was true to scale at minifig size, this thing would be huge! How many seats are there across an aisles in a 787? It's a wide body, so yeah. Because even the 737 will have, 3 seats across an aisle and then 3 seats? And, well, I don't know, because I ride first class and that's 2 seats an aisle and 2 seats. But back in coach, I think it's 3 and 3. So they were pretty good on the 737. They didn't try to make it minifigable. You like that word, minifigable? So on this, by having the minifigs there, you're really throwing the scale off, and it ruins the outer skin because now you have that hatch part that opens to get the minifigs in there. It's still cool. I'm glad I got it. I just wish they weren't minifigifying it. It's in other words, minifigifying it. You're going to have to start writing these down. What did we say? We said minifigable and minifigifying it. So Cobi, next time you make this jet, forget the minifigs. Because truthfully, at this size, you wouldn't have minifigs, you'd have microfigs, you'd have teeny tiny little figs, not standard minifig. And I'm not against that. Make the doors open, put teeny tiny little microfigs in there, that's fine. Minifigs ain't working. So this is a great jet. You could put this on the shelf, you could hang it from the ceiling like a mobile, kind of like what we said about the crummy best lock jets, but we also said about the really cool Airfix jets, but really this jet is made to play. It's playable, great playability. Now let's take a look at its size. Here it is compared to the Cobi 737, and here it is compared to the Cobi C-130. Both really cool jets. Well, C-130 is not a jet, it's turboprop, but really. This is a cool jet, I'm glad I got it. Now I got to get the other ones. At $767, it's so expensive. Alright, so today we looked at the Cobi 787 Dreamliner! 600 pieces, 2 minifigs, not a fan of the minifigs. Wheels go up and down, the fans spin, it's really cool. You look at these wings, it's distinctive. It's certainly a 787 Dreamliner. Alright, so what do you think if you put together any of these Cobi sets, any of the Cobi Small Army sets? You know how much I love those World War II battle tanks. Very cool. If you haven't tried Cobi, go and try them. You will not be disappointed. They are Lego quality, and they are very cool. And they make the kind of sets that Lego won't make. Alright, so leave your comments in the comment section. And hey, as always, thanks for watching. And Cobi, great jet. Next time, lose the minifigs. Solid skin up top. We're game. We got a great set here. Alright, thanks for watching.
Beanmeister 22, the most dangerous man on YouTube.